Hello, I'm Dat Mohawk though, and today I thought I'd kind of delve into the world of Booktube, I guess, by doing a top 5 books that kind of made me, sort of. This, of course, is actually building up to a bigger video, which I'm going to be explaining to you guys, hopefully in the next few weeks, because I'm starting to do countdown videos in the style of the ultimate Satan of the internet, known as Watch Bloody Mojo. So yeah, you guys are going to be getting an idea as to kind of what I'm going to be doing over the next few weeks. I'm going to be talking a little bit about that in a few days' time as we go on to my monthly vlog dates, which happens on the 1st of every month, if I can do it, or the closest I can get, on the 1st of every month. So, like I said, I'm going to be doing my top 5 books that pretty much made me as a human being. So let's get right to it. I've chosen 5 for this countdown because it's a lot easier. So, yeah, let's kick it off with the first book, which is The Fellowship of the Ring, from the Lord of the Rings trilogy by J.R.R. Tolkien. Can't deny, Lord of the Rings has been a massive part of my life. Being a massive fan of the fantasy genre for a very long time, in fact for about as long as I can remember, I've always loved J.R.R. Tolkien, to the point where I've actually got the Eye of Sauron inside the inscription of the One Ring tattooed on the top of my right foot. Dedication is a weird thing. Anywho, this book is the book that kind of made the series for me. Having there been only 3 in the main trilogy, of course, this contains a lot more exposition in it, including a lot of detail of the surroundings of Hobbiton and that kind of thing. I was going to include the abridged trilogy with all 3 of them because I do have that in a really nice red paperback, but I thought the hardback one would look a lot better on camera and also has that really nice noise, because let's be honest, nothing beats a good hardback book, but we'll get onto that a bit later. So yeah, at number 5, The Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring, kind of starts off my journey, really. Oh, at number 4, and very apt in this case, is Dante Alighieri's Inferno. The abridged version, of course, but I thought I only have 1 copy of this. It's fantastic. Yeah. Dante's Inferno. It pretty much sums up my entire love of anything dark, gothic and hellish, but that'll be explained in a little bit. In fact, the next book pretty much explains more on that. Yes, Dante's Inferno changed my life, and also the way I look at poetry. It basically took it from it having to rhyme to being this amazing method of storytelling, which you didn't really get in other things. The cantos are set out fantastically well, and my fascination with alkaline trio at a very young age also spurred me on to read this, having the first line of this read in a song called I Found a Way. Ultimately, Dante's The Inferno changed the way I looked at a lot of writing, and also the way I looked at writing, like the idea of hell and personal hells. It's a great little book, and it's a great little book / poem. I can guarantee you it will also change your perspective on a lot of things. However, the really perspective-changing book is coming up next. Speaking of perspective-changing books, here's one I made earlier. The Satanic Bible by Anton Szandor LaVey, and this is kind of where a lot of you guys have gone, nope! No. Yes, I still count this as not a religious book, but more so a guideline / philosophy book. The Satanic Bible, yes, is a manuscript designed for religious purpose and practice, however, it is also a fascinating read. Taking humanity as nothing more than another animal, it's wonderful to see how detailed this was. Bear in mind, this wasn't an ancient manuscript. No. This was written in the 60s, and at the time, free love was a thing, so, you know. Anywho, this book, again, changed the way I looked at a lot of things. It actually shaped a lot of my formative years from about the age of 13 onwards. I used to believe I was a Satanist or a thoroughbred Satanist for a very long time, until I kind of, you know, grew up and kind of realised that being a Satanist has a lot of negative connotations, especially when you're at a school where, you know, there are bullies and dickheads. You know who you are. So, yeah, the Satanic Bible was definitely one of those books for me that changed my life completely, and also gave me a kind of religion. I still identify as a LaVeyan Satanist, or what's known as an atheistic Satanist. If you've watched my most controversial on this video on my channel, which happens to be my most viewed, you would have known this a little while ago, so you kind of would have known that if I was going to do a countdown of books, you saw this one coming a little while ago anyway. Yes. At number 3, or quite a nice midpoint really, is the Satanic Bible, a book which did form me, but, you know, is equally as amazing. Coming in at number 2, and just narrowly missing out on the number 1 spot, is Frank Turner's The Road Beneath My Feet, or Frank Turner's tour memoirs. I've taken the dust jacket off because it's gotten a little bit battered and torn, but yeah, those of you guys who know my love of Frank Turner will know that this had to feature somewhere. I got this as a birthday present from an ex-girlfriend of mine, and I genuinely love it. It's a fantastic read, and I read this within like a week of getting it. It's such a fantastic book to look at as well. There are some fantastic pictures, it's such a really good reflection, and I actually factored in a lot with regards to my dissertation. If you guys watched the last video I made where I speak about my dissertation, I'll put a link right here in front of me as I talk about this very briefly. Yeah, this influenced a lot of the way that my dissertation was written with regards to the reflective aspects of the way the musician in the piece writes. So yeah, this also kind of made me want to do something with my life, which is why I've continued making YouTube videos, and I think I've gone past my 50th now, so... oh shit. On this channel anyway. Officially I have only made like 45, 46, because I didn't count the campaign trail videos as proper videos on the channel. So yeah, at number 2, The Road Beneath My Feet by Frank Turner. I can guarantee you if you read this you'll kind of want to go be a musician. At number 1, and this book will come as a bit of a shock to a lot of you guys who have kind of know me. However, if you know me really well and you knew me through my formative years of reading and the time when I actually was able to read a book without getting bored or fed up, then you'll know that this book will come as no surprise, because this made me want to be a writer. And it's Warrior Priest by Darius Hinks from the Black Library, the Warhammer series. I'm a huge Warhammer fan. As I actually speak right now on this camera, either side are a load of old Warhammer models that I have still on my shelf. But yeah, Warhammer played a massive part in my life, and this book kind of helped to help me deal with it, basically. It's my signed copy by Darius Hinks. There you go. I've met him a couple of times. In fact, he was the reason I really wanted to become a writer. Listening to him talk and like chatting to him at book signings really kind of kicked my ass and made me want to do something with my life. And so that one time when I was sat in the Mediatek office with my good friend Phil, and I was chatting to him about writing poetry, and then I started writing fantasy, that's kind of where it all really kind of kicked in. So yeah, my number 1 book of all time really is this. It's Warrior Priest by Darius Hinks. I'll possibly try and find a link to it if it's still available. Possibly on Amazon, if not there somewhere else. But I highly recommend reading that even if you like fantasy. As a standalone book, it's fantastic. However, I think the Age of Sigmar has probably wiped this from the face of the bloody earth. So if you have a copy of this, well done. It's a fantastic read. I'd highly recommend it as well. So yeah, that was my top 5 books of all time, really. I'm going to be doing a top 4 graphic novels, which is a bit of an odd number, but then again I only own 4 because they're the only ones that have kind of kept my attention for that long anyway. I'm going to be building up to a few list videos, basically, because, as I mentioned near the beginning of this video, I'm going to be doing something to do with Watch Mojo very soon. The Great Saint, that is. I'm going to put a link to I Hate Everything's video about why he hates Watch Mojo and that kind of thing, because I kind of really agreed with him. So yeah, I'll drop a link to that as well as I'll try and find a link for Warrior Priest. If I can't, I'm really sorry. Go on Amazon and try and find a copy of it. It's a fantastic book. I'd highly recommend it. In fact, I highly recommend all the books on my list if you want to kind of get a little bit of an insider knowledge to me. A bonus book, if I can find it, the Bioshock Rapture book, which is the prequel to the entire Bioshock series, well, Bioshocks 1 and 2 anyway. So I'd highly recommend that as well. I'm not very far through it because I'm a very slow reader these days. Yeah, it sums up everything that happens like pre-Bioshock world. So go and check that out as well. Go check out all the books that I've listed before. Yeah, so thank you guys very much for watching. I'll be putting up this video. Oh, I've already put this video up. I'll be putting up the graphic novel video very shortly. I'm gonna try and churn out 3 in the next few days or so. So yeah, thank you guys very much for watching Dat Mohawk though. My name's been Dat Mohawk though. Please drop me a like down below. Drop me a comment if you want to recommend any books as well. And yeah, please subscribe as well. It really helps out my channel because it kind of helps me build towards my bigger goals. So cheers guys. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.